Oklahoma. This is the rawness and realness that is News Now, and you see that funnel in the background there continuing to...
Go back, all right, look at the debris! Steady, steady, steady. Oh. It just hit.
I'm not crazy. That's the first thing I want to say, is that I'm not crazy. Rock and roll still lives. It exists strong in our veins. My whole motto right now is like, I'm right here, but I'm trying to be right here. And the only way that you can do that is if you triple deluxe. Okay, you have to triple deluxe in order to ascend different vertebrae. So that's the thing I've been focusing on the most in my life right now, is how do I fractionalize this? Deluxe it. Flip-flop, 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 flip-flop. It's like a ladder, a horizontal ladder. It's like monkey bars.
So let's just say, okay, deepfake videos. Have you ever heard of deepfake videos? I bet you haven't, or you have. But there's new things going on in this world, folks, and one of them is this Joe Rogan video of his voice. There's already 1 million hits, and it was released by Real Talk and Dessa, a channel with 1,000 subscribers. So you can see the amount of interest in deepfake videos by everyone. Let's check this out.
I've never told this story before, but on Thanksgiving weekend, I was doing a set at the Comedy Store, and some idiot ran up on stage. He comes up to me during the middle of my set and tells me that we are in a simulation.
Okay, so you got a video with his voice, and you can't identify if it's robotic or not. It seems like as if he's reading from a script. It's not a Joe Rogan podcast, right? So they're getting there. Slowly, they're getting there. This is way better than some of the Obama deep fake voices I have heard before. Let's take a look. I don't know if you know this, but they can now fake your voice. They can fake your face and expressions with a database.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Okay, so you can actually realize, if you listen to it a couple of times.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
So, it's not Obama. You can actually, notice that lips are synced.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
The lips are synced. There's no edit. There's no cut. But still, it looks weird, doesn't it? But this Joe Rogan one is really much harder to identify. And there's this theory in Reddit. It's getting attention. Deepfake videos are now being released at a fast pace because an extremely controversial and disturbing but real video of a high status figure is going to be released soon. And they're going to claim the video as a fake.
So apparently burping is funny today.
Than I would.
Yeah, but guys bring their girlfriends. The girlfriend's like, fuck him.
You listening to that?
So it seems like this person knows what it's talking about. It has a lot of positive karma on Reddit. This is very interesting because when I read this, I was like, this was done before in Brazil. So when I watched this video over here, I was intrigued because this actually happened in Brazil at the same time. Let's check this out.
No, and I think some people are missing something here. The president has put in place an organization that contains the kind of database that no one has ever seen before in life. That's going to be very, very powerful, and whoever...
In terms of the organizing force?
So this is a really big database that was organized in 2013. At the same time Brazil was doing this thing, they released the government could access our emails. I don't know if you remember, this is the same time when you started saying beer and your phone was listening to you, and beer ads started popping up in your Facebook when people started realizing that they were being surveilled by their phones and such.
Okay, so this phone is my wife's, and we think Facebook is listening to us and taking keywords from our conversations and then putting in suggested ads. Alright, so all day we are going to be talking about cat food. So I guess Facebook does listen. Oh, by the way, this came in 2 days later, I think.
So this big database that they have is of us, is of what we say, the things we do, our pictures that we upload, the videos that we upload, and everything else. So they have this really big database. So what can they do with this? Well, they can create deepfake videos. They can create very well arranged deepfake videos. And the problem with this is that we have a lot of people interested in the subject. Take a look at this. We have a deepfake guide with 235,000 views. Imagine how many other guides and millions of views we have on this. So there's a lot of people interested in how you can do a deepfake video. The requirements are a modern computer with 8 GB of RAM and a Windows 10. So you don't need a lot to start doing fake videos, right? Deep fake videos. And this application here called Fake App, it gets a database, right? You just need a database of pictures and videos. You gotta have a database. Okay, this is where this huge database here comes in.
The president has put in place an organization that contains the kind of database that no one has ever seen before in life.
Okay, so you have that. What is Facebook? What is Instagram? Guys, wake up. So this tutorial, it works. Let's see the result, right? So it explains how you can do it. The computer is gonna train the database, and then it's gonna create the video out of the pictures that you put, that you gather in the database. So this is Spider-Man with the other Spider-Man's face. Okay, this is really good, but at the same time, it's still not perfect. You can actually see that it's fake. Okay, now you have, of course, other deep fake videos which you cannot differentiate from the real one. Take a look.
Yeah, I was just really surprised.
I didn't do any after touching on that video. I was just using the technology that was available from the machine learning.
Okay, so you understand that he didn't use, so this is something that he just needs an application. That he just needs a technology that is already available and pictures of people, which is all available online. So this is how they made this scene from this movie. I was always wondering and asking myself, how the heck did they put Forrest Gump and John F. Kennedy? And this is it, folks. Deep fake videos. They've been doing this for quite a long time, but now it's becoming something bigger, and it's becoming an excuse, as this person said. And this case over here, there's this, oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the pictures over there. But anyways, there's this case over here, okay, of this Brazilian mayor. And there was a video that came out, and this is the video, all right? And this video came out, and he's actually in this video, and you can see his face. And he was just about to win the election. I think he did. And, well, anyways, they tried to release this video in a way that he would look bad. So, right immediately after the video was released, he claimed that it was a deepfake video. A couple of weeks after, a report came out saying the video was actually real. And this actually confirms this guy's theory over here that deepfake videos are being released at a fast pace because something controversial and disturbing and real could actually come out there, surface out there.
Because it's so crazy. Like, people always have this conspiracy. Now that I'm famous, and people be saying oh, you're in the Illuminati. Look,
you saw your videos, right? You have videos online, like Cardi B,
YouTube, and it's bro, do you know that if I don't work, I could go broke?
Illuminati. She stopped what she's doing to post an album, yo. Like,
do you believe on that?
I don't, but there is a secret society. Talk to your label. Your label's here. What do you think they still got a job?
Do you know if I do or say the wrong thing out my mouth,
you're out of here.
I'm out of here.
So this is really big. This is really interesting. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about. This is really intriguing. The military made a robot that can eat organisms for fuel. When I saw this, I thought immediately of that TV series, The Colony.
Los Angeles will become a test case for a new way forward,
where aliens invade and they make a colony out of us, and most of the people are trapped in different districts. And, well, I was thinking that if they do this, it's going to be really scary. And I've known for a couple of years now that fuel is probably a hoax.
Your last talks, that petroleum wasn't what we thought it was, that it wasn't a fossil fuel, that it didn't come from fossil animal.
Yeah.
Is it just a mineral? Is it a mineral like any other mineral? Is that how it, what would you say? How did it, what's the origin of
You see, When they first found petroleum, because they were beginning to make motors and needed on axles or wheels on railroad trains and all that sort of thing, and remember, trains started in the beginning of the 19th century, then oil went from just a lubricant to a fuel, and it made it valuable. And Rockefeller happened to be the smartest man in the business at the time, but he made most of his money, or much of it, off the transport of the petroleum as well as selling it. But one thing they realized was, because oil is putting a price on oil is like putting a price on a pail of water. You know, no initial cost. It's in the ground, and in those days they were, some of it almost what you'd call surface mining the oil. They didn't go down deep. So in order to get the price up, they hit on the idea that they would have to make it appear to be scarce. That after we take the next few barrels out, we're probably going to have to close as well. You know, that kind of thing. Well, a very fortuitous event. In 1892, there was a convention in Geneva of scientists to determine what organic substances are. Well, the definition of organic is a substance with hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. And so it's usually a living substance, a tree. You analyze a dead tree, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen, and grass, and so on, living things. Animals, we are hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
You know, if you put 1 + 1 here, you can actually figure out that maybe fuel was always a hoax. You know, fossil fuel, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, a map from the 1500s from Urbano Monti, an Italian guy, I think. The date is 1587 officially, and this is the biggest map ever. If you were to print this map, it would be bigger than my living room, so it's a really big map. And what happens here is that it depicts Antarctica without being frozen, and you can see that there are divisions that break into these entrances, very similar to the maps that we have here, right? Very similar to these maps over here, we have these entrances. Anyways, so we have an unfrozen Antarctica and an unfrozen North Pole. This is really intriguing, folks, because we have here what is depicted on many scriptures to be the 4 rivers, the 4 rivers of water that flow into our paradise. This is everywhere. I don't know, this is intriguing because you can see in other maps from Mercator that the North Pole wasn't frozen. It had 4 rivers, 4 entrances. Really weird. Really weird. There's also an island here called Brazil that is not depicted in Google Earth. Again, so if you check Google Earth, North Pole is frozen, and you do not have the 4 entrances in North Pole. I believe that the North Pole nowadays is not frozen anymore on Google Earth, so you can check it out. But there are not. Where are these islands, right? What about these islands over here? Where are the entrances? You tell me, but why are they hiding this land, this piece of land, right? It's clearly, look at this. This is clearly noted. There are notes. They have been here. Why is it not in Google Earth? And Brazil, an island just next to Ireland that is not on Google Earth anymore, and it's, well, quite big. It's here. It's in ancient maps also. So if you look at ancient depictions of the Earth, this island, Brazil, can be found. There's another thing that's really intriguing and a bit upsetting in the term that if you look at the fact that they've been hiding this for all this time, right? You go to the Nevada Museum and you ask for the red hair giants. Keep it out of the museum. They don't keep it in the museum display. I don't know why. So you have this region of the giants. Okay, this giants region here, the Regione Gigante in Brazil. So this is very intriguing because it's very close to Argentina, I guess, and Chile, where Chile is supposed to be. So this is weird, right? What happened here that we don't have these giants anymore? Again, we have a genetically modified monkey. I don't know, you have a monkey with a human face here. And just above that, on the Pacific Ocean, you have a bird carrying an elephant. I don't think this guy was joking around, folks. This map is too well drawn. It's too meticulous. There are other islands that show up on this map that are not on Google Earth. And one of the most intriguing things before I go is that you don't have Australia here. I don't want to go into that conspiracy because I have friends that live in Australia, but there is no Australia here. Where is it? At first I thought maybe it's this place over here, right? And then I came here and I saw these bunch of reptilians, mermaid looking like creatures, and I was like, okay, maybe this is Australia. This white piece of land over here, full of mysteries and dragons and such, maybe this is Australia. Or what became to be Australia in the future and future maps and such, but still, where Australia was supposed to be, we have a bunch of mermaids or reptilians here, and there's no Australia. So, yeah. Again, it depicts these entrances that Admiral Byrd talked about when going to Antarctica, right? He said that he found these other continents the size of the United States of America, full of resources and such. And there's a spiral also just above Norway. I remember back in 2009, something similar to what this is drawn here happened. No one knows exactly till today what it was. They say, of course, it was a rocket launch that failed, but you tell me. I'll see you again.